Okay, we're going to talk about emotions, and we're going to link that with boundaries, and we're going to talk about anger. So we're going to kind of do a quick little discussion because right now anger is brewing in everybody. There is a collective anger happening right now because like everybody is so pissed off right now because of the way things that are going. Gas prices, the economy, grocery prices, not getting paid anything, all that kind of stuff. All of that is going on right now, and so people are pissed. And they should be. I get it. Believe me. I myself dealt with a lot of anger. Like, I had a lot of repressed anger that I hadn't dealt with, and so it was, let's just say I went running a lot. I did a lot of trail running to work through that anger quite a bit. Other things, but, it's the kind of anger that you want to go into a heavy metal mosh pit and just beat the crap out of someone, that kind of anger. I get it. So, I'm going to talk about emotions because this stuff is going to come up, and also it's a lot of the stuff that I'm also doing in my online school where it's Shadows and Stars, and you can go check it out. Come join the community if you would like. So we're going to be talking about emotions and stuff like that as well because of the fact that, well, a lot of people have repressed emotions that they haven't dealt with. Go figure, right? Because, how do you do that whenever you haven't been taught it? Okay, now, first one we're going to be, the one that we're just going to talk about right now is anger. Okay, because anger is a secondary emotion. It's not the main emotion. It's always, anger is an emotion that we feel after we have our first feeling. Like, it could be sadness. It could be like there's a whole iceberg of, the anger and emotions below it of what it could be. But anger is not a bad feeling. Anger, and that's something that if you were trained to believe that, it's not a bad feeling to have. It's just how you direct it. That's the difficulty with it. Is like so many people get angry and they either lash out verbally or physically, or they push it down. Well, that's not going to work anymore, right? Us pushing down our anger, it doesn't solve anything. If you avoid it, then it's just going to keep getting shoved down until you lash out physically or verbally and you hurt people that you care about. So, the point with anger is that you have to find out what pain point, what trigger was pushed, was, like, it's like if you have a wound or you have a bruise and you can't quite see it and someone grabs you and they hit that bruise and it hurts, you're going to react. That's how it works. So, there's something triggered, okay? With anger, sometimes it's a hurt, like it's a pain, it's a feeling of, something that you just got trying to find an example that I can use right now. Something happened, and it was you were embarrassed, or you were hurt, or you were scared, or whatever it may be, and it caused you to get angry, and you either pushed it down and avoided feeling that feeling, and because of the fact that you were taught that it was bad, because it's not bad. It's not bad. Anger actually is a great way to know how to set boundaries, because anger will tell you whenever there's something that bothers you. But you got to dig deep enough to find out what it is. That's the tricky part. You got to start like stripping away. Why was I angry? Why did I get mad at that? Was that really something that I should have been mad about? Well, okay. Why did it make me angry? Why did I feel anger in that moment? You got to self-reflect. It's a huge self-reflect. So you have to actually go in and you have to actually start looking at why. Why is going to be the key. Why? And being honest with yourself. Let's be real. You gotta be honest. Like, when you say, I don't know, you're not actually, like, looking at it. You're trying to avoid it still. I don't know is not an answer, okay? You can say, I don't know, but at the same time, when you say it, you're not actually, you gotta, like, have an answer for it. If you don't know, well, then that's where you need to start looking deeper, okay? So, with anger will definitely let you know where to set your boundaries, because boundaries are very, very key in your healing. So, boundaries are the little invisible fence that we use to keep people in and out, to let people know that, hey, this is a line that you just don't cross. So if you don't know what boundaries are, how in the world are you going to set them? You can't, because you have no idea. But boundaries are very, very important while you're healing, because that tells you the type of people to keep in your life. Because if you can set a boundary with someone and they respect it, that is a person to keep. If you set a boundary and they try to push your boundaries and they try to go against it, that's not someone that respects you, and kick them out. You don't need them. You don't need those kind of people around. So anger will help you kind of narrow down a boundary. So I don't like it when people are disrespectful to me. I don't like it whenever people try to pick at me. I don't like it whenever people say I don't like whenever people are dishonest. So I try to set a boundary on that one. I try to, be honest with them. And I say try because there are some times where, you can't be too honest, because that will piss people off. I've learned that one sometimes. Sometimes you kind of have to, like, not say the things that you really want to say, because then you kind of, like, trigger people pretty bad. So, like I say, but I try to, like, water it down a little bit. It's the best way that I can sugarcoat it, whatever you want to call it. I try to see whether or not people can handle certain levels of honesty. Okay. I don't know why I had to clear that up. But with boundaries, I won't tolerate people being disrespectful to me. If you are disrespectful to me, if you talk crap about me behind my back, and I know that you do, and and then you try to pretend to be my friend to my face, I will not treat you like a friend. I don't have to be nice to you. So with that in mind, the boundary that I have is that I am not friendly with you. I am not going to go out of my way to talk to you. I will be civil with you, but I'm not going to, open up about my life. I'm not going to talk to you like I would a friend. I'll say hi in passing, and that's it. So it's a boundary that I'm keeping. Okay? And it's one of those things that it's also where if somebody tries to poke at you, whenever people try to trigger you, there are people that are going to try and do little things that they think will piss you off to try and get a reaction out of you. Okay? For that, the boundary that you set there is where you just don't react. Where you let them know that you aren't going to give them what they want, where you are not going to, and it can vary upon the boundary on that one, in the aspect of realize that you don't always have to tell someone, please stop doing that. Sometimes your shadow self has to be that person that just looks at them like, giving them a look of, if you do that again, then things are not going to go well. Or just even deadpanning. It's knowing when to read the situation. So just ignoring it and continuing on with the conversation with someone else. Or, looking at them and not saying anything, completely just silent. Just looking at them. It's varying different degrees, okay? So, and that's going to be something that you're going to have to really learn how to gauge and everything, because every person is different. Every situation is different. Just saying. So, anger is that key one. If you get triggered by something and somebody's pushing against your boundaries, your disrespect, people are being, assholes, more or less, then, you having that anger, it's not a bad thing. That anger is actually a sign that someone is pushing against a pain point, a trigger, and you need to set a boundary. That you need to stand up for yourself, and you need to, because let's be real, nobody's coming. Nobody's coming to save you. And if you stand around waiting for someone to step in and rescue you, you're going to be waiting a very long time. Because there are not a lot of people out there that are there's not a lot of people that will help others in rescuing them when they're being picked on, because most people have that mob mentality, okay? Let's face it. Everybody wants people that have, people that are toxic or people that have a lot of trauma want to be liked. And so therefore, they will be a part of the mob. They will be a part of the problem. Nobody's going to just step in and help you. There might be a few people. Do not get me wrong. There might be. But in my own experience, from what I have experienced, I have not seen people that have come to my aid. I've had to do it myself. I've had to step up and stand up for myself. I had to rescue my own self. I had to save my own inner child. So that's where learning to work on your emotions, and especially right now where the anger is at, because everybody is getting angry at the situation of where we're at, and lashing out and pushing it down are not going to work anymore. We got to do something about it. It's time to go down and deep within our subconscious and finding out that stuff and dealing with it and setting boundaries with other people. So that's where this is going to be a big thing. And if you are a person that is an empath or someone that feels other people's emotions, then this is going to be even harder, because you have to realize that other people's emotions, if other people are upset by your boundaries, that's their problem. When you set boundaries and when you are trying to like better yourself and it upsets others, that is their problem. Say it with me now. Other people's emotions are not my problem. Other people's emotions are not my problem. Okay? Now, if you are doing something that hurts another person, then yes, what you're doing is a problem. Okay? Just saying, like if you are intentionally doing something to like hurt another person, to make them feel bad, if your intention is bad, then that is your problem. But if you are setting a boundary and if you are trying to, heal and trying to grow and become a better person, and there are people that are doing things intentionally to try and make you feel less than, or for them to feel powerful over you, how they feel doesn't matter. If they are triggered by the fact that you are not playing the power game with them and you are setting boundaries and you just aren't putting up and being a people pleaser anymore, let them be unhappy. You have to sit with that uncomfortable feeling, because you are stepping into a new role. You are becoming a different person. You are not allowing others to control your emotions. You are not letting others control your anger, and especially anger, because there are some people that just love to get a rise out of someone else. They love to get that, they get a dopamine fix off of making people angry. So, if somebody cannot get you angry, they can't get their dopamine fix, and that pisses them off. And it's actually pretty funny to watch, because of the fact that then they're all upset because what they were trying to do was trying to get you pissed off, and in turn, you not reacting to them got them pissed off. So they just reversed themselves. Make that make sense, right? It's actually kind of funny to watch. So I'm just saying, when you get better at this, and whenever you learn how to control your emotions, and whenever you learn to let go of your anger, and you know how to take your anger and you know how to release that anger into like the universe and channel it into other things and alchemize it and actually use your anger. This is the best part, is when you learn how to use your anger as fuel to be able to push you forward, to level you up. That anger is one of the best fuels for the fire. Like, anger can get you to do things that normally you would not be able to do, because it's energy that is stored within you that motivates you. Like, you get mad enough at something and you're going to do something about it, right? Right? I mean, you get fed up enough with something and you're going to go do something to try and fix the situation. It's a great, great fuel. So, like I said, but you got to learn to be able to channel it. Also releasing what caused you to be angry, because there's that little key component of like, what is the root core belief? What is the root pain point? And being able to turn that into a positive, alchemize it, and let it go, and use that anger energy to push you to the next level, while also setting boundaries. I know that sounds like a lot. It does. It's not difficult once you can find the flow of it, and once you can find like how to do it, but it can be done. It's once you get into the rhythm of being able to spot things and being able to do it in the moment, you're going to trip and fall a few times. Yeah. You're going to have moments where you mess up, but don't give up. Don't give up. Because That's the way you get better at it, is you keep practicing, you keep trying, you keep doing it till you master it. It's just like with any sport, with any kind of game, anything and everything in life. It just takes practice, and you eventually find a way. Okay? So I'm going to leave that there because I talked about a lot of things that kind of like are all over the place. But yeah, I know we can do this, and I know you can do this, and I really look forward to sharing all of this with you guys so that what I've learned I can pass on and help others. So good luck, and stay safe, and don't let your anger control you. Okay? You got this. Lots of love.